Welcome, Danielle Morgan. She is the executive director of the Mississippi Tourism Association. Hey, Danielle.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for having me today.
Glad to have you. And I know you heard to my viewers out there, you heard executive director and you kind of tuned out, and then you heard tourism association. And you said, "I'm out," but stick with us because tourism is big business in Mississippi. Is that right?
That's right. The fourth largest industry in the state. So, very big business, multi-billion with a B dollar industry.
And it really affects all of us, even if we're not a tourist. Eating out in restaurants, we're supporting the tourism industry. If we have family come in and stay in a hotel, supporting the tourism industry. If we go to the next town over for the day, spend a little time in a local attraction, that's all tourism.
That's right. That's right. And one thing people sometimes don't think about is could your favorite restaurant, could your favorite store survive without visitors? And most of them will tell you no, that is a part of their business that helps sustain their business. So it keeps our favorite spots going as well.
For sure. Now, COVID 19 has been really tough on the tourism industry, but as we were talking before off camera, Mississippi has fared a little better in the statistics about our tourism decline during COVID 19. Why do you think that is, Danielle?
Well, I think that all of our tourism professionals across the state, we all started having conversations because all CVBs or DMOs are structured differently, but all get their revenue from visitor spending. So you can imagine how nervous everyone got when we weren't sure we would have any visitors. So we started working together, reached out to legislative leadership on getting some CARES Act funds to help us sustain ourselves during the pandemic. And we put a lot of positive messaging. You may have seen Visit Mississippi Responsibly. I know, Paul, you were a part of a lot of that, but your listeners probably saw that. And it was a really wonderful way to tell people they could visit Mississippi safely. And it paid off.
Yeah, our tourism partners here in the state have really been strong in how they work to protect the safety of visitors and locals alike. You know, our brand, My City JXNMS, is talking to local people, but we can be tourists in our own backyard. And this week, we, as Visit Jackson staff, get to be tourism professionals in our own backyard, I guess. The Mississippi Tourism Association annual governors conference is going on at the Jackson Convention Complex. How has it been trying to put that together this year, Danielle?
Well, it's event planning right now is different. You just have to kind of roll with it and plan. But it's important to us as tourism professionals to show the world that you can meet safely. We have to do it a little differently, and we have to be thoughtful about how we do it. But business travel is an important part of tourism that we need to bring back. And so we want to set an example for that. And we did it last year. And we're going to do it again this year in Jackson this week. So we're excited to do that and work together to show that you can meet safely. You just may have to do it a little differently.
Danielle, you were the former director of the Greenwood Convention and Visitors Bureau in the Delta of Mississippi,
Right.
and new to the position of executive director of Mississippi Tourism Association. What do you see as the future of tourism in Mississippi?
Well, as we mentioned, it is a huge economic driver for our state, the fourth largest. And so I think one of my goals is to continue to educate people on how important it is to our economic future. People think of economic development and they think of, smokestacks and factories and jobs, but we also have to think about how tourism plays into that, because if you create a place people want to visit, you also create a place people want to live and work. And if you create a place people want to live and work, then you create a place business has to be. And so it's all connected, and it's important that we grow our communities to attract and retain quality talent. And that is integral to economic development. Mississippi was one of three states that lost population last year. So we've got to figure out how to combat that. And I think we're a big piece of that solution.
Hey, Danielle, I know that you began your career in Jackson just out of college, and you've spent some time, you've lived here in Jackson. And so I want to know from you, why do you think Jackson is such a special place, and why is it so important to make it an even better place?
Well, of course, it's our capital city. So we always, a state always wants to ensure that their capital city is strong. And I think, much like the state, one of Jackson's biggest assets are her people. Some of the best people who love Jackson and want to see it thrive and continue to invest in Jackson. I think that's really special. And the city with soul, that's a perfect tagline because it really is. There's just a passion among people in Jackson who want to make their community better. And I think our people are our state's biggest asset too. The hospitality state. Like, we don't just say that, we live that, and our visitors feel that. I mean, I hear it all the time. I just can't believe how incredibly welcoming and kind your state was. So we get a bad rap sometimes, but we really, when it comes down to it, we really show a lot of hospitality.
I'm going to put links in our show notes on the impact of tourism for Mississippi and links to the Mississippi Tourism Association. The executive director of MTA, Danielle Morgan. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you, Paul.